All right, this is a bike check. This is my 2019 Transition Smuggler, the aluminum version. I got this bike after my Trek cracked, and Trek wouldn't do anything about it. Wasn't the best thing ever. Like I said, it's an alloy frame, 120 rear, 140 front. Both of the suspensions taken care of by Fox. We got the DPS Float Performance Elite in the back, 34 Performance Elite in the front. It is nice to have low speed compression. I'm not a small guy, so I do run some low speed compression to help with brake dive and pedaling and stuff like that. Isn't a big difference, but it is noticeable. It's 29er, and the wheels are taken care of by Stan's Flows. I have an onyx hub in the rear, and then the front is taken care of by Hope. That is just because it was like $100 cheaper than an onyx. Not really that big of a deal, but they're the same color blue, so that's pretty cool to me. Let's see, we've got our finger trigger stoppers here. They are taken care of by Sram also. They're swap over from my Trek. Got RS's 180 front and rear rotors taken care of by metallic pads. I do have some Galfer set up on the way, should be here I think Friday, no big deal. Cockpit is taken care of by Raceface. It's just some aluminum stuff, it's whatever. Bars are bars, I guess. People say that carbon bars are good and dampen and whatnot, but I don't know, haven't made the jump. Grips, ODI Pro Elites, heavily recommended. They're very comfortable. One thing about my brakes is you can see they are pretty flat, and that does help with steep braking. You can believe Yo and Borelli's theory about the third ball or whatever, but you know, what works works. Up here I've got a Wahoo mount for when I don't know where I'm going. I can put a map on my Wahoo and it'll lead me deep into the backcountry. Our butts placement is taken care of by Ergon. It's a SMC4L, the gel version. That is their marathon saddle, but it's really comfortable. Our seat post is a oneup components 170 mil dropper. Has been flawless ever since I've got it. Got about 300 miles on this one, and I had, I don't know, a little over 1,000 or so on my hardtail with the 150, and it was perfectly fine. The cool thing about this bike is the seat angle. That thing is steep as balls. It helps climbing steep stuff. You don't feel like the saddle's going up your butt, which is really cool. It also has a pretty slack head angle for a 140 bike. All right, our drivetrain is taken care of by Sram. We've got a GX Eagle set up, cranks included. The only thing is I got an XX1 chain because I snapped one and needed one, and snapped the GX chain, and all they had was an XX1 chain. No big deal. I'm running Shimano pedals. I'm itching to try out some flats sometime soon, but I don't know. We'll see. I got a set of shoes that should be here pretty soon, and maybe we'll do a back-to-back comparison of flats versus clips. I like being clipped in, usually, no big deal. I can clip in and out fairly quick, and I just like how connected I am to the bike. I've never ridden flats with a good pair of flat shoes, so we will see how that works as well. The only other thing is our rear skidder here, Maxxis Aggressor 2.3. I do run a 2.3 on this bike because I had a 2.5 and it was really heavy, felt really sluggish, so we went with a 2.3. And it doesn't have very much clearance in the seat stays either, or the chain stays for that matter, which is okay. Some people gripe about it, but not that big of a deal to me. Our front direction changer is a Minion DHF because it's the best tire ever. Would like to try Assegai one day, but who knows, maybe when I wear that out, which will be 100 years from now because it's a front tire. Anyway, this is my 2019 Transition Smuggler alloy. It is an awesome bike. Super fun, super playful, really easy to manual. The SPG geometry really does work. And that's about all, folks.